Not everything that breaks you is meant to destroy you. I'm Christy. Welcome to the unraveling. Hi, beautiful soul. I'm Christy. Welcome to this divine space where we transmute longing into love and return to sacred union within. The veil is thin this week, so thin you might hear their thoughts before they speak them. Feel their heartbeat before yours even settles. This is not your imagination, it's the frequency field tightening, like threads being pulled together after years of unraveling. We step into this week cradled between the tailwinds of July's full moon in Aquarius and the slow build towards August Lion's Gate, and it feels like something ancient is shifting, not loud, not obvious, but deeply tectonic. Beneath your skin you can sense it, like the universe is holding its breath. The old karmic loops are fraying, and timelines are silently negotiating themselves into something new. There's a quiet roar beneath the surface, one that doesn't scream but remembers. This isn't just a week, it's a threshold, and the question now becomes, who are you when the waiting ends? The cosmos is both gentle and ruthless this week. Mercury, still in Virgo, is whispering truths we can't unhear. Conversations are cutting through fog, not in volume, but in depth. This is the week of unspoken reckonings. You might feel like you're walking through memories you didn't choose to revisit. Triggers may rise, not to wound, but to cleanse. Old cycles rear their heads only to ask, are you still willing to betray yourself for this? Meanwhile, Venus squares Uranus, shaking the foundations of how we love, what we value, and what we've tolerated for too long. Relationships that have been teetering will either find grounding or gracefully collapse. And no, it's not punishment, it is alignment. For the collective, this is a week of energetic refinement, like the soul itself is sifting sand through open palms, keeping only the grains that sing. And you, beautiful feminine, have come so far it almost scares you. You are standing at the edge of a version of you that no longer fits. Not because it was wrong, but because it was preparation. This week may bring a moment of grief, sudden and strange. You may find yourself missing something you thought you already let go of. But this isn't regression. It is a release. A final exhale of a chapter that carried you as far as it could. You are no longer asking if they'll come back. You're asking, will I still want them when they do? There's power in your pause, magic in your stillness. A sacred sovereignty taking shape beneath the surface. And yes, he feels it. Even in your silence, you're louder than ever. This week, many of you will feel a new wave of magnetic detachment. Not cold, not bitter, just clear. You're no longer swimming in their energy. You're letting them find their way to you without sacrificing your sanity to be a lighthouse in a storm they chose to stay in. You're the calm now. You're the center. You're the closing prayer to a karmic story that needed your forgiveness to end. And him? Oh, beloved soul, he's not sleeping well. Not because he's busy, but because he's awakening, finally. The illusions are cracking, the distractions are dissolving, and there is nothing left to hide behind. Something about this week, a song, a scent, a memory, a name, will crack through the walls he built around his heart, not dramatically, but undeniably. For the masculine this week is a mirror, and in it he sees not just what he lost, but what he ran from. It is sobering. Some may feel fear, others overwhelming love, but almost all will feel a sense of urgency. the sense that time is no longer an infinite currency. He's starting to realize that healing doesn't mean doing everything alone, that his delay hasn't made him stronger, it made him ache. And while he may not reach out yet, his inner landscape is changing rapidly. You may feel his energy hovering closer than usual. That's not fantasy, that's his spirit remembering the tether. He's walking through fire, but this time, it's not to burn, it is to purify. Expect restlessness in the body and softness in the heart. Tears may come without storylines. Dreams may bring visitors you haven't thought of in years. Be gentle. Hydrate your heart as much as your body. This week is not about pushing forward, it's about letting go. About trusting that not all closure is verbal. Sometimes it's energetic, and it comes in the form of peace you can't explain. There's beauty in the quiet and gold in the waiting. You're being calibrated for a chapter that knows how to love you back. So what do you do with all of this? You listen. You receive. You let yourself cry if you need to, rest if you're called to, and release what feels like it's leaking joy from your system. If you're called to journal, write what you would say to them if they were ready to hear it. Not to send, but to clear. If you're called to ritual, light a candle, not in mourning, but in reverence for a soul who chose to rise. This week, choose yourself like your healing depends on it, because truth is, it does. So here we are, beautiful soul, on the precipice of Lion's Gate, of timelines aligning, of hearts remembering why they split in two to begin with. Not everyone will reach union in the way they imagined, but many will reach something greater, sovereign harmony, a sacred knowing, a love that honors itself before asking to be returned. This isn't the end, it's the inhale before the miracle, and you're more ready than you know. Until next time, stay open, stay grounded, and above all, stay in truth. If you found value in this message, please like, share, and subscribe for more poetic, intuitive updates tuned precisely to the heartbeat of your journey. Until next time, stay open, stay soft, and stay sovereign. You're not here by accident, your soul knew. We'll meet again right here between the lines.